Hey y'all. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody is doing wonderful. Hey Uppity. Hey Angela. On a Saturday night. One second. Oh. I know the sound is jacked up tonight. So pardon me for that. I can fix that. All right. Let me see. Hey Zero. So I hope it sounds a little bit better now. I kind of moved it a little. Let me see how. Yeah, it sounds better that way. Okay, cool. So, a little bit. Okay, so Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan are no more after 1 year. So, I wonder how many of us think that was a real relationship. I mean, before Lori, Black women were slavery. And, although, Lori is Black, she has an exotical kind of look. Because of, the myth that we can't grow long hair. So anytime you see, a Black girl who's got long hair and it's their own freaking hair and it's like fine. Yeah. We assume there's some exotical in it. But the word on the street is that let me turn the sound up. It just sounds really loud to me. Hold on, y'all. This is, it sounds like it is like literally blasting. All right, there we go. Turn it down, down, down. All right, now we're good. Background music is supposed to be background. So the word on the street is that he wanted to take it to the next level, i.e., move to marriage. And that they're both heartbroken over the breakup. So could it be that it was a real relationship and she at 25 was just not ready to get married? I call bullshit. I'm sorry, but I don't know too many 25-year-old girls that are not looking, if they're out there dating and everything. So I don't know. I don't know if this was a real relationship or if it was simply staged so that he wouldn't lose his black female fan base. I'm just saying, guys. Exactly, Zero. What relationship? Between, uh, one second, I'm trying to move this different position. Okay. Um, between Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, from what we could see, a lot of times it just looked like it was like for photo ops. Now, I'm not saying, that if they were in a real relationship, that their entire relationship had to be on public display. But we didn't see a whole lot of them together. That's the part that I'm saying. So now they are breaking up and they're both heartbroken. I'm not sure if he's into black women, and I'm not sure that this wasn't just a publicity stunt. Maybe not on her part, but I think it was on his part. I think that being with Lori made him appear to like black women. That's what I think. And y'all know it's so hard for me to not be on camera because I like to be on camera. So hold on one second. Let me see if I can do something. Let's see if we can do something about this. Crazy. Bye. All right. I think I'm presentable. Is it gonna come on? Hey guys. It's daytime, so But still daylight. So yeah. I don't know if I believe that it was a real relationship in the first place. I think they need more people. I think they need more people. Mhm. I think they need more people. But for the public, they're broken up. If they were ever together. Mhm. Yeah, that's fine. If they were ever together, they're now broken up. Right before, summertime, so that I guess Lori will be able to have her hot girl summer. He's 35, she's 25. So, you know, that should have been, like that should have been like some perfect, age. I mean, he should be ready to settle down. Maybe she's not ready to settle down. Maybe this was a real relationship. Or maybe there's a bigger fish out there that Lori has her eye on. You know, According to the late Kevin Samuels, she only got like 5 more years on her shelf life before she's in panic zone, you know, to get a man. Deborah. So I don't know. She is her mother's child. You know, so maybe she's after a bigger bag. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Well, I'm looking forward to the celebrity, you know, gossip folk to put out their theories about what's going on. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the Black Manosphere has to say about this. Because they said something when he started dating her. So I want to see what they're going to say now that they're not together. I'm sure they're going to make it her fault. I'm sure they're going to make it her fault. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. In other news, Tasha K has filed an appeal in her case with Cardi B. I mean, we all saw this. We all knew this was coming. Like, even if she had $4 million to pay Cardi B, she didn't have $4 million to pay Cardi B. So, yeah. So all y'all out there that didn't understand the process and thought that, Cardi won, it's not over. And I guess Tasha is trying to get some evidence that the judge would not allow to be allowed in the appeal process, which is her, her right. And if she's got a smart attorney, that's exactly what she's going to do. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens with that. I mean, that whole situation is kind of crazy because it does handicap people from being able to have their opinions. Yeah, I know that some of the stuff that she said was not too good, but some of it was things that Cardi herself had said. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, over the last 24 hours on the platform, we've been having a little of a brouhaha between Misunderstood and Lady Snoop over effing man. Now, apparently, that man is Misunderstood's man. Okay. And Lady Snoop is the side chick that he ain't never claimed. Now, I'm here to tell you that in Southern California, hey Vern, that in Southern California, there's not this scarcity of men. Okay? There's not a scarcity of men here. Not at all. So why the F do these two women come up sharing the same effing man? Like, what's up with that? Oh, thank you, Verns. Thank you, Sissy. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. The same man. Now, Misunderstood, from what I understand, lives out like in the desert, like Palm Desert, somewhere out that way. And, Lady Snoop lives, in LA or the South Bay, Inglewood, somewhere in those areas. Okay. How the F do these two women have the same, wind up being with the same man? Now, apparently, you know, Misunderstood was being quiet about her relationship because it's like not exactly YouTube business, and she don't need to be telling y'all everything that she's doing, especially because her channel is supposed to be about, her trying, going through her sobriety journey, with her falls and slips and falls and getting back up and continuing on the journey. So apparently, Misunderstood and her man got together, did a little of that stuff that begins with an E. And it's pronounced X. And, had relations. And people got in their feelings about that. Now, mind you, you knew about her, but she didn't know about you. Because you're the side chick. She's not the side chick. Hey, Anthony. Y'all just got me just wondering what is the F going on. There is not a scarcity of men in California. Especially not in their age range. This is just some madness. So now this is why Lady Snoop has been stalking and acting crazy with Misunderstood all this time. And they dealing with the courts and stuff and restraining orders. Oh my God. Over some dude. The F. Hey, Stefan. And you two both are on the platform. So I'm thinking it was some other stuff. But y'all fighting over some man. Get out of here with this. And it really, they're not fighting over the man. Lady Snoop is in her feelings because this man is basically tricking her out. You the side chick. He was somebody else. Now, ain't nobody married in this situation, but nonetheless, he was, you knew he was already, you knew he was dealing with this other woman. And you knew she was on YouTube like yourself. Wow. Y'all sharing men on YouTube. This is some BS. So Lady Snoop has been going live on the hour by the hour. You know, I think Nicole finally came on to check in. But this is some effing nonsense. Ladies, y'all should not be on here. Y'all should not be fighting over no man. Y'all should not be fighting over no man. Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, you bought a Prince t-shirt? That is so cool. Yes, I don't normally come on Saturdays, but I am on right now, for a Saturday meetup with you guys. In between, and hopefully when I get off of here, I'll be able to go watch the last one of the Britain's Got Talent semifinals, because I've been following that whole Britain's Got Talent thing, because there is an American on there, Lauren Allred, who I hope wins. And if you guys probably don't know who Lauren Allred is, but you know her voice. She is the one who actually sang that song in The Greatest Show on Earth that Rebecca Ferguson sang, that big number, never enough, that part. She is the one who actually sang that. And so she's on Britain's Got Talent. Their last show is tomorrow. Well, it's probably it's probably happening. It'll be like early tomorrow for us, because they're like 8 hours ahead of me. Yeah, I think they're like 8 hours ahead of the East Coast. So I want to see if she wins. But that's so cool. You got a Prince t-shirt. I love Prince. That is my favorite artist of all time. I was more torn up about Prince dying than I was about Michael Jackson, and I love them both. But Prince was like, the artist that I started liking when I was like a teenager to an adult. He's like my favorite artist through my adulthood and everything, So they've been having some really nice stuff coming out in memory of Prince. Some really nice stuff. I've seen some really nice stuff that I'll be like, want me to give, but it's like they want so much money. But I'm probably gonna have to break down and get me one of these things that I like that I've seen. I know. Speaking of the Jubilee, my girl, Meghan Markle, came in there in her, and for those of you who keep saying that her outfit was white, it was not white. It was a light lavender, like lilac type of color, very, very pale. And she and Harry, the Sussex, still were on fire. They came in with dignity and grace, no matter what has been bestowed upon them. It hurts my heart, that they're that she wasn't able that she and Harry had to leave in order for them to be able to just live their lives. Oh, really? I love his guitar playing. I'm actually working on getting my acoustic guitar skills back in place, so I've got to cut my freaking nails. Even though my nails are short, they're like I'd like gotta cut them down some because you can't like you can barely have any nails, or they'll get caught in the chords, in the strings, unless you play it, with the pick instead of your finger. We're gonna figure it out. But yeah, I'm getting back into that. I'm getting back into being a flautist, and I still can't find my freaking chords for my keyboards. So I'm gonna have to go online, like on Amazon or something, and just order me some. Just go in there for the brand, for the Yamaha one, and just find it. And the other one, I think my other one is like a Casio. So, and just and get it for them, so that I can start playing again. Because I'm not like I mean, I can be creative in my garage band or my other stuff that I have, but yeah, no, can't do none of my music. But we've over here in America, we've been watching the Jubilee and with all of the stuff, and it's just it is very, very interesting how from our perspective we perceive the royals and their treatment of Meghan Markle and her children who are royals. And by extension, their treatment of Harry. And the fact that they were trying to go to all kinds of extents to keep them from being at this event, and the Queen shut all that ish down. But my personal opinion is that those children deserve to have titles, even if they don't have a shot in hell of becoming king or queen. They should still have their titles. The fact that they're biracial should have never played a part in any of this, and everything that happened around that was ugly as hell. That's my feeling, and I think that they were jealous of the fact that Meghan was just being herself, and people liked her because she was relatable. And she's a beautiful woman, but that's my stance on it. Oh yeah, I know you can't stand. I know you can't stand the royal Stefan. I know you can't stand them. You know, I know you're not part of that crowd, but that whole situation was ugly. It was just kind of ugly. But it is what it is. I mean, the Queen is, now that her husband is gone, she's not gonna be around for much longer, and y'all gonna have freaking Charles as king, the man who should never be king. I'm just saying. But I don't know about William, because y'all won't have Charles for long, because he's He's almost ready to kill over himself. And then y'all will have William. William, it's sad to say, is very much like his father, from what I hear. And that, you know, he is his father's son. He has his eyepieces. Hmm. And that, his marriage with Kate right now is not the kind of marriage that Harry and Meghan have. That's what I hear. It's coming across the pond. And it doesn't surprise me because it's crazy. The older he gets, the more he looks like freaking Charles. And that's not a compliment. That is not a compliment at all. And that pattern baldness is definitely coming from their side of the family. It's not coming from Diana's. I'm just saying. But I think it's kind of a feat, for Elizabeth to make it to her jubilee. You know, because people they've been all these crazy rumors that she wasn't here and that they were pretending, which was such nonsense. So I'm glad that she's, although she's frail, she's still here, and they weren't perpetrating some crazy scandal. Oh, what is Nightbot doing? Who did Nightbot? Nightbot. Right. I'm gonna fix that, Stefan. I just added you to mod, Stefan, because you were a mod before, but this is your new account. So your old account is still under my mods. Okay, so you're good now. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, this account. You're good. Yeah. Nightbot is twerking in the chat, y'all. Twerking in the chat. It's all love here. It's all love. You're good now, Stefan. You're welcome, Stefan. Yeah, no. You had a mod. You had a mod stick on your old account, but when you, I don't know, when you lost access to or deactivated that one, and under your new one, I had to see you in the chat again for me to be able to remod you up. Hey, TC. So yeah, just I think it's historic, for Queen Elizabeth, but I do highly, I feel sorry for the United Kingdom, you know, with even though the monarchy is, in name only, they don't have any real power, and Parliament truly has the power. It's just some of the things that family, how they're acting, and some of the stuff that the scandals that are within that family. It's just sad that they are the representation of the UK. You know, like we ain't heard nothing about Andrew lately, and we know why. Hmm. We know why. It's crazy. Uh-oh. I hear my son, because see, y'all know he didn't know I was going to come on tonight, y'all. He didn't know I was coming on. But y'all knew I told you I was going to come on. You want to say hi? Say hi, y'all.
Say hi, y'all.
Hear that baritone voice? Okay. Yeah, that's kind of like his routine. I know you told me. Stephen. I know you had it. Yeah, that is horrible. These last 2 years, a lot of us have lost a lot of people. Um, I've lost several friends. I've lost several of my friends. I've lost an aunt. I've lost a couple of people who were acting colleagues of mine. People who I was, in my acting family. By the way, you guys, I'm so excited about doing this new film that I'm getting ready to do. It's really going to stretch me because I got to figure out how to play the role on film versus playing the role for a play, because some of the things that are comedic have to be a little bit more serious because of the serious backstory behind certain things. So I just got to get it together. So this weekend, I've been going over my script so that I can get my stuff together. Because we have rehearsal again on Monday. And we have to be off book in 2 more weeks. So I got 2 weeks to get my together, because the plan is to start filming in July. And I think in this film, we're going to have someone who is a bigger name than the rest of us. I want to say it is, I want to say it's Cuba Gooding's brother, Omar. I think it is his brother that's going to be in this film with us. So that's going to be interesting, because, he's like, out there, a seasoned actor. And, the rest of us, although we've done like plays and everything, film acting is a whole different thing. This will only be my second film. This will be my second film that I'll do. But in a minute, y'all, I'm going to be having me some IMB. I'm going to have some lines, because I have speaking roles in all of my films. So hopefully, I'll be able to join SAG-AFTRA. Even though I'm just doing independent films, I still want to be part of SAG-AFTRA. And the sad thing is y'all, I could have joined SAG-AFTRA when I was doing radio, because I did radio for 10 years. I don't know why I didn't just join it back then when it was just AFTRA, because if I had joined AFTRA, then when SAG and AFTRA combined, I would have already been in there. So, I'm gonna do it as soon as, we have enough so that I am able to get on some union jobs. Mm-hmm. Even if it's non-speaking parts on union jobs, because, we're getting there. We are on our way. I'm trying, but I'm more working on my books and stuff, trying to get them finished. I had some crazy stuff happening last weekend that had me a little freaked out. One of my manuscripts of my book, I can't find it, so I got to go back and see if it's in my other iPad. Because I want to make sure that all the stuff that I'm doing, all these edits that I'm doing, are in the right version of the book. So yeah, that's where I am on it. And what I'm going to do is kind of combine them into a brand new version. And I'm not going to delete all the other versions. I'm not going to delete them until I have my final version of it complete the way I want it. Then I'm going to get rid of all those other versions, because that's how stuff gets lost when you have it on an effing computer. I know I've got a bunch of them. It's just the last one, when I open it up, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I got to go to the other iPad that I originally did it on, and make sure make sure it's there. Then just airdrop it onto the new one. It's crazy. So all the other stuff is there, like my book of poetry. That's all there. So I know I'm working on the right version of that, but I know the version that I'm working on of, the book about raising my son. I know that one is not the latest version, because I know what I put in that other one. So God, y'all, I hope I don't have to bring it back to my remembrance. Hey, sparkling water. Yeah, I hope I don't have to bring it back to my remembrance. Yeah, because that was freaking 2 years ago that I did those edits. I did it doing, the first year, I was working, even though I wasn't saying anything, I was working on my daggone book, doing the lockdown. And then I came to a little block, and I just could not work on it. I would look at it, but I wasn't really doing anything on the final version. So we're back on track, and now I'm trying to put the final touches on it so we can get this sucker out of here. It's coming though, and I've got 3 other books that are halfway done. Do y'all hear me? So that's a total of 5 freaking books. The book about raising my son, my book of poetry, and then I have 3 fictions that I wrote. And they're halfway done. I'm just trying to set up my retirement, y'all, because I'm not kidding y'all. I recognize the fact, that I am going to be, 60 on my next freaking birthday. Hold on 1 second. Let me turn this down. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. And, I'm close to retirement age, but I'm also recognizing the fact that, I want to be doing something. And so my goal is to have my books written, if I have to self-publish, however I get them out there. And I know that the one on autism is the one that is going to push my behind into doing public speaking. The one thing that I, you know, am not, I don't like doing, because, whether you guys realize it or not, um, because I hide it very well most of the time, uh, I have a, I have a speech impediment. I am a stutterer, and you know, um, when I'm nervous, sometimes it comes out. I mean, I don't see it too much in recent years. It just comes out every once in a while. But my fear, you know, that's one of the reasons why I'm not really, you know, gung ho about public speaking. However, I have had to do public speaking over my entire lifetime. And I thank God for the fact that my freshman year in college, I went to an HBCU, and one of the requirements was public speaking, and I had to take a public speaking class. So I know how to do public speaking. It's just not my comfort zone because of my speech impediment. You know, so but because I'm cognizant of it, and I, do the stuff that I need to do, y'all don't y'all don't know that it's there because it generally doesn't come out. Every once in a while, y'all, I'll stammer over some words, like just now. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, I'm able to get the words out without the stuttering. Thank you, speech therapy, when I was a kid. That's why I knew the importance of speech therapy for my son on the autism spectrum, because I had speech therapy because I had a speech impediment. And even with all the speech therapy that my son had, there are still areas that we have to work with him to get him to pronounce certain words. Once he's able to pronounce those certain words correctly, it will mature his speech. If that makes any sense to you guys. Like, things like saying the word like cream, like saying cream or scream. He'll say queen instead of cream, because those R's are hard for him to say. Even when, I, make my mouth try to, it's just hard for him to say. That's one of the letters that, you know, as our speech matures, it's easier for us to say. And once we're able to say, words that have R's, with in combinations with like C's and um, you know, I'm trying to think of other words where, you would have it that like rain, so that, say instead of saying Wayne, saying rain. Yeah. So that's part of the stuff that, was part of his speech therapy. My speech therapy was different, because my speech therapy was not about, me not being able to say words. It was about me being able to, to not stutter when I was talking. So I don't think at least from my memory, I don't think I had the same types of that I had, and then on top of being a stutterer, I also had a list, but the braces took care of that. List gone. After the braces, no more lists. So, but the stuttering, you guys don't hear it because it ain't there. And I'll tell you one thing that also helped with my stuttering: singing. You don't stutter if you're singing. So I sing, to help with it. You know, just like Emmett Till's mother taught him how to whistle. yeah, it's the musical tones that make you use a different part of the vocal cords that help to overcome the stuttering. So that was part of the stuff that um, was part of my speech therapy. Thank God I could, or it would have been hard on this therapist. Let me see what you guys are saying. Didn't know that there was. Yes, but they used to see. There's like two ways of teaching kids how to read. When I was growing up, we were taught how to read phonetically. Now, I believe they use the whole word method instead of phonetics to sound stuff out. However, with children on the autism spectrum, they have to use the phonetical way to help them to say words because whole word doesn't work. You have to help them to sound out the words so that they are able to say things like scream, like rain, like train, like queen properly. And so they have to learn how, certain letters combine, how in certain words there are letters that are silent. So yeah, that was the way that they had to use it, but they used the whole word method. And it's probably why you have a whole lot of kids that are functional illiterates because they're not teaching them how to read properly. And the way I know how to pronounce a word is I sound it out to figure out the pronunciation. So, and, my mom, before I was, before she had me, because I was the first child, but before she started working for the government, the first few years, first like 10 years out of college, first 8 to 10 years, my mom was a teacher. So when she had her first child, me, I was her little guinea pig. So I knew how to read and write by the time I was 3. So, and I remember as a child, my mom had the phonics, albums and everything. And I still remember like one of the things on there in learning the vowels was A-E, I owe you some sugar. Like lady, I owe you some sugar. A-E, I owe you some sugar. And that's how I learned the vowels. But my mom did all that with me because I did have, even with the phonics and all of that stuff, I still, had the speech impediment, and which made me shy, so I didn't like to talk. So yeah, but the way that they teach them today is not the way that they were teaching them when I was growing up. Just like the way they teach math now is not the way that they taught math before. There's a lot of stuff that's, different. The English language is an amazing language, and it is the hardest language because we have our language. The English language is a combination of other languages, and there are certain things that have an English, word for them that there is no translation for in other languages. That's why, it's easier for us to learn another language than it is for someone else to learn English. Like in, me knowing Spanish Spanish doesn't have as many words as English does. You know, they don't have the tenses in Spanish don't work the way as the tenses work in English. And for certain things, the same word means different things depending on how you say it. So, but yeah, our language is complicated because, you know, we don't follow the same rules as other languages do. We're our language is special because it made up its own rules, basically. Yeah. So, you know, you guys, I appreciate y'all coming on here with me tonight. I had to get on here, you know, because I just wanted to get on here and talk about this madness that's going on, like in the world and on our platform. And just to say hey to my peeps on a weekend. It's usually on the weekends. I'm doing, you know, just doing editing and everything. And I just decided to take a break from my editing of my videos. Thank God that are finally getting done. I had to literally delete one and do it all over because I couldn't download the thing. Yeah, that was fun. So I will see you guys on Monday. I'll be back on Monday night now. Yeah, it should be around 9:30. I might push it back a little bit because I am going to be at rehearsal for the movie. But our rehearsal's on Zoom. So, yeah, that part. So as soon as I'm out of that, I will click over here and I will start up the live up on here. But I'll see you guys anytime. I offer you guys peace. And since this is not so random chat, this is just like a set meetup, you know, I'll still give you guys a little outro. I need to do that. You know, I gotta be right. Let me get it. Let me get my outro. I didn't give out intro, but all right, I'll see you guys. Peace. Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.